Hey traders, what's going on? I'm going to be going over one of the only trade I took this week. It's kind of a rough week. I suggest you go back and listen to my emotions podcast. I kind of explain what this week was for me, and you'd probably better understand this mistake that I made. So it's definitely a mistake, and we're going to be going over it right now using this replay function right now. So I already marked out this 1 hour supply. I'll show you guys that. Here it is. I like the big drop away. I don't like these wicks here though. But I was kind of just looking at the drop away, and the profit margin for me was all the way to around here. So it was big profit margin on the curve on the 1 hour. So price was approaching the 1 hour. I'm on the 5 minute here. It's going along. All right, so price finally hit the 1 hour, so I'm looking for confirmation. I noticed that I wanted this to be broken. I was talking to a buddy of mine. I said I want this to be broken here before I even consider shorting anything, right? Price comes down here, touches it, reacts off that, goes into it again. I noticed it took this out right here, this kind of base rally. Not the greatest, I know, but it took that out. I'm like, okay, that's not bad. I was really trying not to hesitate this week. If I honestly, guys, I think you should go back and listen to my emotions podcast because I talk about what I was dealing with this week. I was hesitating a little bit, and I was missing huge trades by hesitating. Some trades were coming back up to my entry, just missing, and I would find a zone within a zone, and I just wouldn't get the pullback. So it was kind of a frustrating week. It was one of those kind of weeks, and I woke up this morning of this trade, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna hesitate today. If I see something, I'm gonna take it, and that kind of bit me in the ass. So I found this. I like the structure of this. I found a structure. I messed up. I wanted this. Ideally, what I wanted this to do was to come down here, break this, hopefully maybe break that too. So ideally go lower, but at least minimum do that, come back here, and then maybe drop down. But I'm going to show you what happened anyways. So I remember price was around here. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to put an order in. It broke this. It's showing weakness. This 1 hour supply had a huge drop. There's a lot of profit margin. So I'm like, I'm going to place an order. So I placed an order. Even though it didn't take out this demand that I wanted it to, I was like, you know what? I'm not trying to hesitate. I've seen these work before. So I placed a trade. I like the approach. It was a nice one big green candle. So now I'm in the trade, and it just broke right through. My stop loss was, I don't know, it was somewhere right up there. And yeah, I got stopped out. Actually, you know what? It was right at this wick, because then I was watching it after, and it was pissing me off. It just came and touched it. It's going down, and I'm already out of the trade at this point, and I'm looking, I'm like, oh my god, if this thing just touches my stop loss and drops, I'm going to be so mad. And thank god it didn't. It just rallied right out of there completely. So yeah, the mistake I made, I was trying not to hesitate, which is good. You don't want to be hesitating, but I also want to be looking for quality setups. It should have came down to here minimum, and then I take my trade. At least broken this. Like I said, I even was telling a buddy, like, I want to see this break. Next thing you know, I'm in a fucking trade, right? Like, so you got to follow your rules. I didn't really follow my rules here. I was putting too much emphasis on not hesitating, and in that, I took a trade setup that, wasn't that great. Didn't do what I wanted, and I took it anyways because I just didn't want to hesitate. So that was the week that I had. It was one loser. It's a small loss, whatever. I'm excited for Tuesday to get going in the markets again. I just started scalping, so this is all kind of new to me. I'm kind of trying to figure everything out. Tuesday, I'm going to be trying something a little bit different. Maybe I'll talk about that in the podcast next Wednesday. But yeah, hopefully you guys can learn from this mistake. If you don't get the confirmation you want, don't take the trade. It's no trade. I journaled this trade. I took a picture with notes. Everything's written down. I'm learning from this. Losers are fine as long as you learn from them, and I learned from this loser. The thing I learned is make sure you get actual confirmation. don't hesitate, but don't take a crappy setup either like I did today. So that's about it for this video. If you listen this far, thanks for watching. Give it a thumbs up, and appreciate that. Stay tuned for the weekly forecast coming up on Sunday or Monday. So take care.